What's up, guys? It's your boy Paul. I'm back, and I want to discuss with you Saving Private Ryan. Now, this movie is beyond wonderful. The story in it is amazing, and from what I've heard, that the depictions of Omaha Beach were just accurately portrayed. Man, this movie gave me an entirely new perspective to the heroism of our troops in war that was necessary for the salvation and freedom of many people. Man, I could not say or do enough to honor these men in their sacrifice. And I know that it moves beyond that to the soldiers who dedicate their lives even now to defend the borders and the lives across the world. Man, I'd be shaking in my boots if I had to experience any of the conditions that our men and women face then or today. So I want to thank you guys. Now, I do want to say that this movie has a great message. The sacrifice it takes to be in war, the stress in war that it was in war. But for me, I want to talk about the value of human life that this movie talks about. I think that even in the opening scene, it impresses upon you the value of life. Anyone who watches this feels a pain or a heaviness in their chest because they've seen so many lives taken or actually given for the lives of others. This is more than life-changing. And as the movie progresses, we see even more glimpses of that. We so easily forget sometimes the value that people have unless it's in our own immediate context or some rank or something like that of men. The scene when the team gets to the gun-down plane where they had a camp that is set up kind of like that shows a bit of this. First, it starts with the pilot and the crew kind of venting over the situation. They're angry because for some reason they had to put the lives of the general over the lives of others, so much so that they actually ended up risking the lives of others in his name for his protection.
Genius had the great idea of welding a couple of steel plates onto our deck to keep the general safe from ground fire.
All that for a general?
Now, if that metal plate wasn't affixed to that plane, that pilot probably could have maneuvered the plane better and would have saved more lives in the process. And that's when one of the soldiers that was going after Private Ryan, he said how it seems there are certain people that seem to be worth more than others.
One man.
A lot of that going around.
Fubar.
Fubar.
Fubar. Fubar.
But in the same scene, they get those dog tags from that dude, and they're looking for Ryan's name, but instead of treating those dog tags with respect, they're playing them like it's a poker game or something, while each dog tag actually represented a soldier who had died. And even the cat didn't recognize it, man, but that medic did, and he put a stop to it.
This guy. Do you need a hand with that? Can you?
I guess they're not bulletproof, huh?
Pull out. These aren't poker chips.
All right.
In our lives, I think we so easily forget the preciousness of life. Life is fleeting. It's here one day and it's gone the next. The Bible says the life is a vapor. That's like, and it's over. Now let's talk about the captain for a second. See, the captain doesn't even want to take the enemy's life, even when they have taken his own friends, his own company's life. When Captain lets the enemy go, he says he doesn't like who he's become, and he only does this so that he can get one step closer to home to be with his family. He holds man's life precious because he knows it's intimately tied together with his own. And for every life he takes or destroys, it destroys a part of himself. And intrinsically, I think we all know this, that just killing someone leaves a mark. We know it was never meant to be this way, and I think that's why we long to be good. We long to be good men and women. You see, when we think life is precious, we begin to want to make our lives count. We want to make our lives make impacts. We want to make our lives have purpose. We begin to not waste time with what we have, but we begin to do good. But I think even more we realize the sacrifices that others have made for us, and we want to make it count. I think that's the real point of this movie, is it wants to show that the sacrifice that all of these veterans have made for our lives now, that we are all Ryan. Men have fought and died so that we can come home to our families every night. People have given limbs and their sanity for the sake of our safety. We should all be asking our wives, our husbands, our children, our friends, am I a good person? I said that watching this opening scene just changed me. My eyes have been opened to the horrors of what happened to men for the sake of my freedom, and because of that, I should be asking, did I live up to that sacrifice? This question is for me and for you. Have you lived up to the sacrifice, and will I choose to do so every day? For me, this goes a step further. For me, this relates to how Christ has given his life for me. And what the wonderful thing that is because he did this even though he knew me, he loved me. Captain said when he was talking to the Sarge, he said, "This Ryan better be a good dude."
Except this time the mission is man.
This Ryan better be worth it. The truth is, I wouldn't trade 10 Ryans for one Vecchio or one Caparzo.
And Ryan ended up being a legit soldier and a brother worthy of being sought after. However, me, I'm not, man. Yet Jesus did anyway. He knew I would blaspheme. He knew I would hurt others. He knew I would cheat, I would lie, I would steal, and I would do even more wretched things than yet. Still, he saved me. And unlike what Captain said when Ryan, he said, you need to earn this. God doesn't require it, because he know I could never live up to it. He gave his life simply because he loves me. And to me, that's such a wonderful thing. That is what motivates me to be the person I am. That is what drives me to do the things that I do. It's Christ's sacrifice and love for me. So let's live lives worthy. And let's live lives that uphold the freedoms that men have given their lives to protect. Let's remember and honor them. But I also want to remember the ultimate sacrifice that Christ has made in love for all. Not just to save good people, but to save bad people alike. Thanks for watching, guys, man. I appreciate you checking out my thoughts on Saving Private Ryan through the lens of a Christian. If you like this video, man, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. It helps out the channel. And if you think this video had value, man, share it with somebody. And if you hadn't subscribed, that's your first time checking me out, man, check out some of my other videos. And I hope that you decide to click on that sub button as well as that noti bell so you can not miss out on any of the other videos that I have. Let me know if you got something else out of the movie, or if you're on the same line with me in the comments. Man, let's be good to one another, guys. And remember the sacrifice of others. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Appreciate you for watching.